Welcome back to DKTV. This is the PGA price check for the week of the Honda Classic. If you're new to the price check, this is just a quick review of the major salary trends for the week on DraftKings for daily fantasy golf. Let's start by looking at the big risers for the week. My big riser in salary for this week was Adam Scott. He went from being $9,500 at the Northern Trust Open to $11,000 this week. He's coming off a big week where he really got his putter firing in the final round. He was actually the second highest scorer on DraftKings. I expect he will be popular this week just because of that big week. I also like Luke Donald as a big riser. He went from $7,600 last week to $8,600 this week. Donald has a really strong course history at the Honda Classic. He's put in a couple solid weeks of play lately as well. This is a big price jump, though, for a player who doesn't have a top 20 yet on the season. Something to keep in mind. He does have the course history working for him, though. Let's talk about some fallers in price now. Sergio Garcia, he went from $10,200 in price to just $9,300 this week. He missed the cut at the Northern Trust Open. He could not sink a putt. His putter was giving him all kinds of trouble. That being said, he looks pretty cheap for a player of his caliber right now. He has putted better on these greens at the Honda Classic over his career. Jimmy Walker is the other big follower in price this week. He went from $10,600 last week to just $9,000 this week. He went from being overpriced last week, in my opinion, to pretty underpriced this week. He doesn't have a huge course history to look at the Honda Classic, but at that price, I think he's someone you have to consider. Let's talk about value plays now just to end off. Some players who, for the talent they're bringing, might just be a little bit underpriced this week. I like Sean O'Hare at $7,000. He's played solidly so far in 2016. Solid par 4 scoring stats. Has a pretty nice course history as well, and he's done well on the Florida swing over his career. I really think at that price, he's someone to consider. I also really like Chris Kirk at $6,700. He's a strong sand player that should help him at PGA National. There's a ton of bunkers on the course. And he's just played these tougher par 70 courses well over his career. He's a 3-time winner on tour. I think you're getting a really good bargain at $6,700 there with Chris Kirk. And then my sleeper for the week, John Curran at $6,400. Really solid young player who started out well. I think this course is going to fit his eye better than it did last week. I really like him for that price. So that's it for the price check this week, guys. Make sure you check out the Clean Slate PGA preview video that's coming out later in the week. It's my full tournament preview video. My name is Geoff Ulrich. I hope you have a good one. We will talk to you again soon.